So, classic Viper walls coming down on the pistol round. And I would expect ZETA to be playing very slowly on their attack side and trying to punish DRX defensive aggression. But we'll have to wait until the next half to look at that. Oh, they didn't defend the planter. Well, ZETA just read where they were going and ran around the map. Oh no, please. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh, Zest won that. Oh, ZETA, please. I thought they had it. I thought they had it. They stacked the right site. They had a good punish on Foxy9. They managed to kill the planter. So many things went well there for ZETA. And they still lose the round. Okay, this is the only part of the map, though, where ZETA Division have any information. Because they've lost all of this space, which means they've lost all of this space. And because of how passively they've been holding this, they also have no information in art either. But I don't think DRX know, so this is like a bit of a question mark for both teams in art. And DRX control all of this area. So in terms of stuff that ZETA Division controls, they're like, this could be about to be set up in the next 10 seconds for like an A split, or this could be set up for a full kind of B situation. They really don't know very much, except for they're not coming B long just now. But DRX have backed up a little bit, and now they're going to start to contact re-explore the map. They don't expect ZETA Division to have re-pushed on the defense, because ZETA are such a passive team. So look at how much space they're able to regain, right? When I said this was a question mark for both teams, and DRX had presence in here, right? But they also had players like here, 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 right? These four players were like in these spots. And they just boldly walked without using any utility, without making any noise, into this execute space. So now it can be an A exec. And why do DRX feel so confident doing this? Because ZETA Division don't fucking push on the defense. They don't retake areas of the map. They don't re-clear these spots. They don't try to recontest these areas. They just slowly get pushed backwards. They're a very static team. Nice spray by 10. Takes down Foxy early. And this shouldn't be a good 3v... Oh, this shouldn't be a win in the 3v5 for DRX. Surely. Surely ZETA can win this. I don't like this hold of Secret. I don't know how ZETA's just got both of those kills. He must have turned the flash and just flicked back to them. Part of the reason I don't like hard holding Secret here is because if a flash comes through this wall, in theory, Zest should die. I mean, he just should. I know that they're slow coming through the cascade, but with a flash, Zest should die here. And he doesn't have cover to play behind because he's trying to hard hold the angle. He's not favored to get one, I don't think. Never mind two. Unfortunately for DRX, going 2 for 2 there still leaves stacks in a 1v3. So I don't think he's going to be able to win this one. Again, Foxy dies, spammed into his ult, spammed into his smoke. Right, now that Zest knows there's people there, I would have preferred him invest in the ult rather than going for the wide swing. Control of art is very important for a plant spot like this, and Mako doesn't have control of it. Mako's playing extremely passively. It looks good for ZETA. Especially now. Deluxe, thank you for the gifted sub to space. BCT stats guy here. Looks to me like ZETA needs to win a couple more rounds. You're a genius. Oh, God. How do they fluff this 4v2? I was reading my chat because I just assumed they would win it. Good spam from RB onto Sugar Zero for the first one, but then they're just not pushing forwards, man. You want to be, send that flash around this corner, flash the fucking brains out of RB, make his eyeballs flip inside out, fucking run at him, leave Depp on the spike. Use a cloudburst on the spike. Go, go, go. Push. Stop trying to fucking AWP, Dep. Stop trying to AWP while you're... These guys are just spamming. These guys are spamming Laz. And you're AWPing? How is that going to be helpful? Get on the fucking spike with your cloudburst and defuse while the other two push.
Now falling. Spray again. RB finding it. Holds it down. Finds Crow. They go pushing in depth. Was that a no-scope? I don't know.
Ay, ay,
I
ay.
would love to see that.
Dep, AWPing, Reckoning, and Fade ult available for DRX. Very quick scaling from Foxy9. It's a big Reckoning. Counter Reckoning comes through. Right, so what does the post plan look like? It's only RB at the back. This is what I would call a stereotypical DRX post plant on B Pearl. One player on a fucking island back there, a cuddle puddle happening over at Pillar, and then one player in Narnia. And I just don't think that these are going to end up being good post plants if DRX takes these kind of strats to global tournaments. But they're probably going to win here anyway. RB probably kills fucking 7 people or whatever, and then Mako snipes 3 with his snake bites. Right, yeah, RB gets 2. And no one's looking to even fight him. No one's trying to fight him. Okay, RB decides to swing and Laz is holding. So now they've got rid of RB. It only cost them 2 players. And they are not pushing. They are not taking space. Putting no pressure on DRX. They're just saving. You think it's very bad to buy mostly Vandals with these comps? I did definitely think that in the past. But I've seen so many teams get Vandal kills through smokes. Like that, for example, that I'm not convinced it matters as much. I think the important thing is, if you have a Vandal, you should just be spraying through the smoke anyway. Even though there's traces showing where you are, I think there's more value in spraying through the smokes and providing covering fire as long as you're doing it in smart positions and timings than just never spamming. Like, if you never spam, the team that's running Phantoms is just going to run all over you. I think you've still got to spam, even though you're running Vandal. And yeah, in terms of the spray control, I agree. I think the Phantom spray control is better for spraying through smokes. But I think some of that, some players would disagree with. Some of that's going to end up being preference too. But I would agree. Yeah, I think that's another good point, LXX. You want to be spamming from cover so that if they spam back, you can just get around it. And then it mitigates a lot of the problems with your traces being shown. Sliggy told me this was a good game. I think he was just excited that Tier 1 Valorant was back. Yeah, he lied, didn't he? He lied. I think DRX are playing fairly well, though. Still got some things that I'd like to see them do differently, but that's always the case with every team, really, isn't it? No one's playing perfect Valorant. It's not possible at the moment. Oof. Oof. ZETA have not figured out how to hold these sites at all. And their retakes look so timid and poor. Ah, what is that? I think the final score ended up being like 13-5 again or something, so I assume they must win, you know, another pistol round or something like that. Okay. What are DRX up to here then? Alright, this is an interesting play. So, something that we hadn't really discussed, right? Because it was only relevant when the sides swapped. And it might not be relevant anyway because it's fucking 11-3. But I would expect ZETA Division to be quite a slower team on their attack side. And to try and punish the aggression that's going to come out of Foxy9. The reason for that is they've had their best success when they've been playing slow defaults. Carmen Corp played slow defaults on this map and it was actually pretty effective. And if you can play really slow defaults and then transition into a couple of practiced site execs, pardon me, then it can be a really solid game plan. Instead, it's round 13 and they're like 5 people grouped up to go for what I assume is just going to end up being a B hit, but I'm not exactly sure what these 2 people are doing here. They're not going to be able to get through here without the dog, but we'll see. Maybe they're going to throw the orb like this, and then they're just going to try and contact walk in here. That would be dangerous, but possible. And now we get to see what the retake looks like.
And RB going to be good for 1. In the meantime, trying to look forward.
What the fuck? Both of those players that were coming out of A main died to Sugar Zero? What the hell? Oh my god. Sugar Zero looks behind him at the exact right time to kill Zest, and then just resets his aim and deletes Foxy9. That is a Sugar Zero moment. What a sick play. Well, that's just ruined the entire defensive side, plan. That's the round. All 3 players spotted inside that 0 point. And there goes the Viper. Why does Sugar Zero try to go outside the back of his ult? I don't know. 1v1? Oh, whiffy from Crow. Not an amazing match from Sugar Zero. I think he's had 2 or 3 rounds where he's really bossed it. He's had 2 or 3 rounds where he's done really well. But he's also just had a lot of moments where he's been caught out and made a lot more mistakes than his counterpart on the other side has. Depp with the opener. I would assume they're going to play retake here, but Zest has used his haunt and he's got into a tricky spot. So I thought they were going to play retake, but instead, with a player down, they're going to look to flood rotate in. DRX are using a different comp, Kana 20. I don't think they played this. Did they play this against Loud, but not against... I thought RB was running Astra in both of the games. Maybe I'm misremembering.
Has to be a 2-2 split. You can see Stack starting to rotate back as the word does come through. Zest lining up 1, takes quite a bit of damage, but manages to escape from out behind. But what a shot! Dep sniped out of the sky. 10 on the flank.
Nice idea from 10 on the flank, but not able to do enough. And yet another situation where ZETA are just far too timid to commit to the player. Only 1 player going forwards from Sugar Zero, which meant there was no trades. But also, I think they expected the site to be free because DRX had been not holding anybody in hard anchor positions until that round.